Yeah, I really believe people can be reborn without dying. Yeah, that's what I talk about it all the time. Yeah. And I don't say that because I read it in a book or heard it from somewhere, but I say it because I lived it. Yeah. And I lost my father when I was 4, and at that age you don't really understand death. Yeah, and you just understand absence. You understand that somebody who were there suddenly not there anymore. Yeah, so I think when that happened at young age, your mind remember not fully understand it, but your body does, and you hear the story about it over and over from the adults surrounding you, so it stays with you. Then, when I was 25, my mother died with suicide. Yeah, so I was the one who found her. And yeah, honestly, I don't really know if there's ever a way to fully explain what that does to a person, because it's not just grief, it's shock and confusion, and then guilt, stigma, taboo, all kinds of emotion. Yeah. Yeah, losing a beloved mother like that is like ground underneath you suddenly disappear. Yeah, and I think there are a moment in a life that divide everything into before and after, but I really think that that was one of them for me. Yeah, but life kept moving, like things won't stop. Yeah, and eventually I moved to Canada and I got married and I became a mother. And throughout that time, I was searching for answers. Yeah, trying to understand pain, what is life, and trying to understand why some people stay while some people leave, and trying to understand why good people always die young. I, yeah, things like that. So, years I searched personal development and meditation, spiritual teaching and coaching, and world greatest success strategies, and yeah, learn from incredible people and from brilliant minds, and all of it helped. Yeah, it does. It did. Yeah. But eventually understand something really simple is that the answer was never outside of me. It was underneath all that noise, like assumptions and my limited belief. It was in me. Yeah. Yeah. So during that time, not during that time, but yeah, at the same time, my child developed a really severe case of eczema. And when suffering is me, is different than when the suffering is your child. It's something happens inside of you, and that was really what brought me to Reiki. So at first it was for my child, and interestingly, it ended up healing me too, than people around me. So something woke up in me. I think like I want to help. I need to, like I have to help. That kind of feeling. So I think what Reiki gave me is it wasn't the answers, but it was like a space. Yeah, space to feel and space to listen and space to come back into my heart and body, and resting your body and taking a break, hitting a pause button, catching a breath. And yeah, so now I look back and I can see that all those experience, like losing my father so young or losing my mother the way I did, they shaped me. Not in a way that I would ever, never, ever wish on anyone, but I would never say those things were meant to happen in like romantic way or beautiful way, because pain is painful. Yeah, and loss is loss, and what happened, and I can't change it. Yeah, so the question becomes like, what do you do with it? Do you let it close your heart, or do you let it deepen you? Yeah, for me, over time, it deepened me. Yeah, and I became more compassionate, more gentle, and more patient, and and over time, less interested in fixing people, but more interested in being with them, just sit with them. Yeah, so I think Reiki clears what words can't reach, but then coaching gives the language to what the heart and soul already knows. Yeah. And together, yeah, they help people to return to themselves. Yeah. Yeah. Because yeah, suffering has a way of isolating people even when they are surrounded by others. Yeah, I know that feeling. Yeah, the feeling of being completely alone in your pain while you're with the people. Yeah, and maybe that's why I do the work I do now. Yeah, because often people don't need advice. Sometimes people, they just need someone who can sit with them in that space without trying to rescue them or fix them. Yeah, and I also know this, that even after devastating thing happen, life can begin again. Yeah, you don't you don't have to die to be born. Yeah, I just know that because I lived it. Yeah. And sometimes the deepest healing is simply finding the courage to live as who you are again. Yeah, I think so.